welcome all of my lovely dice-loving friends to the Tealeaf Adventuring Company. My name is LukeTheDM, and it's my job to kill everybody. Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy to have everybody in here. Hope everybody's having a good week. We've got ourselves a beginner tier crew tonight that's going to do some missions in Dios. It's a plotline we have not touched in a hot minute. So
hey, Luke.
Yes.
Because my headphones died, you might have to redo this. Sorry.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm sorry.
Can anybody confirm?
Can anybody hear Luke, or is it just?
Me?
Oh wait, Andrew, stop talking. Luke, talk.
I'm talking. Hello. It's not a tech stream without tech issues.
Yeah, you're very distant.
He's distant because you're hearing him through. I don't know why it's not working all of a sudden. Give me 30 seconds. Why is the sound not coming where it's supposed to? Oh my goodness, this is a real ballbuster tonight because it's supposed to be main speakers, which is where it's coming through. We just switch off and switch on again. What the heck? There's something going on here. Any filters that are breaking? Oh, there's a game filter on that. While we wait, everybody, I do apologize. The sound production has been absolute garbage ever since my headset gave out. Hold on. Yeah, the whole source is broken. That's annoying. Huh. Standing by, guys. Add a source. Audio in output capture. You're good, Luke. Start from the top. Wait a second. Now Luke's stopped. What the heck? Now I can't hear Luke at all. What in the what? Speakers, high definition audio. One. I can't even hear you now, Luke. What in the world is going on? Hey Luke, can you say anything? Can anybody say anything? Because I can't even hear you. Hold on.
Hello there.
Oh, fuck. Oh.
Nope, I think it was an issue with my Discord, and now we might have fixed it. Hold on.
Okay.
Say something again, Luke?
Folks?
Okay, we're good.
Saying stuff? Talking?
Yeah,
are we good?
Whoa,
let's go. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. Thanks for being patient. Okay. We gotta put on the front screen again and then do this one again, and I want to do the count. Okay. in post. Just edit it in post. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Good evening and welcome, all of my lovely dice-loving friends, to the Tealeaf Adventuring Company. My name is LukeTheDM, and it's my job to kill everybody. Thank you for bearing with us through some minor technical difficulties. Wouldn't be a tax stream without them. I hope everybody has had a lovely week. Hope everything's being awesome for you guys. We are here with an amazing beginner tier crew tonight, and we're going to do some adventuring in the Holy Empire of Dios. Haven't been there in a hot minute, so I want to give some attention to that plot line. But before we do that, we're going to get through a couple of brief announcements like we always like to do here, and then we will get right into the rolling of the dice and the playing of the game. First and foremost, and probably most importantly, if you have not heard yet, if you've been living under a rock, the Tealeaf Adventuring Company has partnered with an amazing company called Crit for a Cause. Crit for a Cause is, as of right now, a one-woman show who is making dice of all different sizes, shapes, colors, varieties, and a portion of your sale, I believe it's 10 to 15%, is actually going towards charities that will rotate every couple months. And we've got ourselves our very own affiliate link. So !CFAC in the chat. If you buy dice using that link, not only do you get a little bit of a discount, but we also start collecting a kickback, and so we will get dice that we can then give dice, and I should say other tabletop merch. She makes candles, like D&D scented candles, and jewelry and trinkets and doodads and all sorts of like really good stuff. So definitely take a couple minutes, check that out, buy yourself a nice treat because you deserve it, and you are doing good, not only for the world at large, but also for the TAC community here. So it's a win-win for literally everybody involved. I will say, I personally will always test a product before I endorse it. Just that's my style. I don't want to like spew lies to you. And I did get some dice here for Amanda for Christmas, and they are gorgeous. Like, I'll be honest, like, I'm a big D&D nerd, not even like a huge like dice goblin like I know some people are, but these are like, oh my god, shiny math rocket. They're not going to show up very well on camera, but they are so good. You can just like see all the love put into each one. Like, I personally, like, it sounds like I'm bashing the dice, but there's like the tiny little air bubbles and imperfections, so you know these are like handmade with love and not just some like mass-produced plastic crap. Like, these are the real deal. They are awesome. And Foods over at CFAC is like constantly coming out with new ideas and stuff, so by all means, like, it's awesome. It's awesome. So please give them some love, check them out, follow them on socials, follow them on Twitch, all that good stuff, because it's a really awesome thing that we're starting and venturing on with them. Other announcements. We've got a lot of stuff kind of on the backlog right now. We had a lot of stretch goals coming up. A lot of stretch goals from our SAMU fundraiser last fall. We have not forgotten about these things. They are being developed and worked on. I'm going shopping for the TED cosplay potentially tomorrow. And so we'll be doing that. We'll have like a photo shoot and maybe another like 2026 calendar or something for that. And I'll wear it all on stream and stuff for a goofy time. We've got Mr. Melvin's Call of Cthulhu game, which he is slowly chipping away on and working on and getting the details ironed out. We got to figure out a hot tub stream at some point. That'll be fun. And I actually have a tattoo artist that I still need to get you that information, WeeWoo, but
Yes.
we'll figure something out there, and me and WeeWoo are getting matching tattoos. So very romantic. It'll be cute. But lots of exciting, cool stuff coming up. So stay tuned for all of that. And if you want the like minute by minute, most up to date information on all things TAC, the place to be is really the Discord channel. !join is going to get you that Discord link. Come say hi, come hang out. We don't just do D&D, it's all things nerdy. We're playing Northgard and Final Fantasy and One Night Ultimate Werewolf, and I mean like Magic the Gathering. I mean, you name it, we do it. This is genuinely a life-changingly awesome group of friends. And it's safe, it's welcome. Everybody's please come in. It's a good time, I promise. Especially cannot emphasize this enough. If you do want to play D&D, I don't care if you've never played before or if you've been playing for 30 years. By all means, all players are welcome. We will teach you how to play, and we are constantly looking for new players. Don't be shy. I promise I don't bite unless you're into that kind of thing. It's a good time. It's a good time. So
Fighting?
maybe. But yes, Discord is where to be. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow all of our other socials. Melvin, the socials manager, has been hard at work making all of our stuff pretty and amazing. We got a blue sky now, which is really cool.
Always have
So
blue sky.
did we always have blue sky? Yeah, we always had a blue sky.
I meant the actual sky, but
Oh, shut up.
sorry,
But yeah,
I'll leave that.
it's okay. Come follow us and subscribe and do all the good stuff and all that stuff and help support the channel because it helps us do more of this, which is awesome. As far as backstory missions go, we have one in the books right now for next month. It's probably going to be later, like maybe this one of the last 2 Thursdays of February, for the one, the only Vorden Hingo, played by yours truly, TheDrDingus. Everybody. Let me tell you that the doors can't stop, won't stop. There will be more doors in this mission than you have ever seen before, and I'm super hype about it.
2, door harder.
Door harder.
Door harder.
Door again another day. So we're really looking forward to that one. So stay tuned for the crew, because we got a wild crew for that one, and the date to be determined. God, I've been blabbing on a lot. Other than that, Mr. WeeWoo, do you have anything you'd like to mention?
Nope.
Okay.
Did you not hear me? I said okay. Or I said no.
I know. I was just
Okay.
I was buying time. 'Cause I had to respond to Razgriz, because we love you too. Alrighty then. Does anybody else have anything quick they'd like to say or mention, or anything positive that happened this week for them?
I think we're okay right now.
Just open the door. Alrighty then. Let's play some D&D. Let me change the vibes. Okay. Our mission begins as they almost always do, in the beautiful free city of Kadoria, on a lonely peninsula to the north of the Midnight Sea. And there, on the prime central thoroughway drag, known as Evander's Alley, just where it turns right and to the south onto Melora's Way, in that central town square known as Ava's Piazza, sits a beautiful 3-story mansion which now serves as the Tealeaf Adventuring Company Guild Hall. Now, things in the Free City have been at a relative peace despite some of the events of this last year. Things seem to have settled down, and people were sort of bunkered in, sort of enduring the colder months of winter, although life seems to have, for the most part, gotten back to normal. And we focus in on our guild lounge here on this bit of a chilly winter day here. We'll say it's maybe about 10 o'clock in the morning or so. And we find this week's heroes going about their morning, maybe grabbing some breakfast, reading a newspaper, the Kadoria Kicker issue arriving about 9 o'clock every morning. What are you guys all up to?
I am absolutely reading the Kadoria Kicker. Regis scratching his mustache, kind of sounding out a rather long word that his peasant upbringing didn't ever teach him. I say, what is chrysanthemum? And why are they in... Must be a flower. They're in bloom soon. Yes, that's what I'm...
Alright, what is everybody else doing? I think you broke him.
I'm practicing magic.
Okay, Lizard the Wizard practicing his spells.
Mhm.
Alright.
Regis's mustache is set on fire. What happened? Oh, strange.
I like to picture that there's one of those like fake mannequin dolls, like wooden stands in the corner, and I'm just and I'm just casting random things at it.
Okay, okay.
Richter is at the bar, passed out.
So typical Thursday.
Typical
morning.
Richter.
Okay.
Typical Richter morning.
Gotcha. What about Clover or Rue? What are you guys up to?
I think Rue is at a table reading the newspaper.
Okay, another copy of the Kadoria Kicker. Okay, and Clover, anything in particular?
Clover is also attempting to read the paper, but she's holding it upside down. She does not know how to read, but she just wants to try and blend in because
Every odd once in a while, Rue will look up and cast guidance on Lizard the Wizard, who's doing something, so he does it slightly better.
I love it. For those of you reading the
Lizard.
Kadoria... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Lizard accidentally cast lightning lure in the corner.
You see the mannequin come rocketing towards you. Lizard has to like dodge out of the way, and it collapses and lands right on the table in between Zedra and Rue, almost like caving the little coffee table in.
I didn't think I was that good at that spell.
can I keep this? I'm gonna take that as a yes. I'm gonna find out how to put it in my pocket later. Scabs, take it to our room.
Those of you who have been reading this morning's issue of the Kadoria Kicker, there's a few funny little tabloids about the local drama of different, Kadorian celebrities and stuff. But one of the major, more serious articles details the latest on the civil war happening in the Holy Empire of Dios. Those of you who have been in Kadoria for any particular period of time or in the Midnight Sea region at all would know that almost 3 years ago at this point there was a wedding that was supposed to solidify a long-standing alliance between Dios and Zarus, and somehow that all got botched and started this war between two sisters, and it's been ongoing ever since. The news article you are reading updates some details of a great battle that's happened between the two standing armies, and of one of the daughters going missing or in hiding, while the standing ruler and the eldest daughter, Alana, sort of has seized the seat of power within the capital of the Holy Empire. It's kind of, in the same way that, like, watching news today sometimes can be a little depressing. This article is more of a factual, just sort of account of current events, and even the dates listed are at this point several weeks old, as it takes the news cycle a little bit longer to travel from Dios to Kadoria. But you are reading about this just to stay up to date amidst your otherwise funny comics and local gossip tabloids here in Kadoria. But interestingly enough, go ahead.
Why does this gossip column say that this man, Harper Swittington, has 17 different mistresses in the city? That seems like a lot of women.
Seems like fake news.
It very well may be.
It is a kicker, so there is some of these articles have a bit of an artistic liberty. However, as you guys are reading and discussing the news, as the magic of the Tealeaf Adventure Company would have it, there's a knock at the door, and Amnesty, the local tiefling greeter staff member here at TAC, welcomes in a group of what are immediately obvious farmers coming in, looking like they've just come out of the fields, hands, arms, and wrists covered in soil and dirt, sort of rough spun clothing, carrying, wearing like large straw hat, kind of coming in, Amy sort of guiding them over to Reginald's semicircular desk sort of in the back corner behind the bar, where you see Reginald kind of come out, quill in hand, and start like talking with these people calmly and signing some documents and things like that, and sort of a more hushed kind of private tone in the way that Reginald usually does his business.
Can I eavesdrop on their conversation?
Absolutely. Make me a perception check.
Roll? No.
Not coming through just yet. Give it a minute.
Loading.
Come on, roll 20.
The technology is not cooperating tonight. I'm gonna get rid of the Trask. There's no Trask tonight. Sorry guys, I lied to you. Okay, an 11. You managed to pick up a couple of keywords. You immediately recognize that your assumptions were right, that this is a group of farmers. You overhear conversations about bandits and armies and Dios. But Reginald seems to be politely talking to these people and kind of doing a little bit of paperwork in the way that he usually does. It becomes a little bit more obvious to all of you that this one older woman, who sort of seems to be like the leader of the small group, is struggling to sign her name. You gather that reading and writing might not be her strongest suit, but she does her best and kind of scribbles out a name onto a bit of a rolled up scroll parchment that Reginald signs, and he kind of nods in a bit more of a solemn kind of tone. And Amy kind of goes upstairs to the portal room and kind of starts preparing some things. You see the others in this small group of farmers who aren't talking to Reginald kind of like looking around the guild hall with like wide eyes, as if this is the most beautiful building that they've ever seen, and they're almost afraid of like touching or breaking things. That they're awestruck at the opulence of this guild hall that you guys live in.
I say, is that a job that's coming in? Yes, I have been itching for some work.
Reginald kind of finishing up, and thank you, I appreciate it, and it's okay, we'll work out the arrangements. Yes, Sir Regis, as a matter of fact, I was just about to start looking for some adventurers here to go on a very important mission for the common folk of the Holy Empire, and I believe you'll be just the man to head off and lead this expedition.
Well, I am a man of the people, of course I shall.
Absolutely, I appreciate your
And once again, you are dressed impeccably, and you sound
Oh.
wonderful today.
My goodness, good sir, you are absolutely ravishing this day. I must say the 5 o'clock shadow, despite it being 10 in the morning, is quite a good look.
Oh, yes, indeed.
Get a room, you two.
Hey, Regis!
What?
What does boot taste like?
I'd assume leather and perhaps linseed oils?
Richter,
I figured you would know because you always have his boot in your mouth.
Richter, my good man, what a lovely opportunity for you to not only pay off some of your debt to my wife, but also do good in the world. I'm volunteering you for this mission as well. Regis, you will oversee that Richter does his best to accomplish this mission.
Of course, yes.
Ted, give me another drink before I have to deal with the pompous windbag.
Oh, Lizard's not that bad. He's okay.
Who's the
I didn't know
pompous
you could-
windbag?
I haven't
I didn't know you
decided
could
yet.
bag wind.
Never mind, Ted. Let me have a shot of the espresso before I kill somebody.
You guys. Ted will serve up shots of espresso to the three of you who decided to take them with your various magical effects. And meanwhile, Reginald would kind of flag over Lizard, Zedra, and Drew to kind of huddle in around the conversation here. Kind of just sort of like extending the invite to the entire room, sort of unspokenly, just through body language.
Clover's standing on a chair so she can feel a little tall, so she can hear the conversation better.
Our newest clients here have traveled very far from the Holy Empire of Dios, where life for these people has been less than fortuitous in the last several years. As I'm sure a lot of you are aware, the raging war between Alana and Melanie over in Dios, the two sisters of the late Empire Graydon, has taken its toll on these small folk. Perhaps I should best let them explain the situation and what needs to be done. And the older woman, sort of like long, stringy, gray hair, kind of disheveled a little bit. A large, like almost like a witch's wart, kind of on the side of her nose. Missing a couple teeth, leathery skin, almost vaguely hag-looking, but definitely human. Kind of puffs her chest out a little bit and kind of straightens her shoulders and goes, "Right, well, you see how it is. Us farmer folk have been tasked with providing food for the Royal Army of Dios to help them stay supplied to fight off their rebels and whatnot. But as it were, we take pride in supporting our kingdom and our leaders, and we keep up with the tithes. But recently there's been this pesky group of bandits that's been sneaking in the night, stealing our crops, stealing our food supplies, and then we ain't got none to give to the army when they come rolling about, and they get all mad and start making threats, and it's starting to get a little bit ugly, and we ain't got no means of defending ourselves, as the army won't stop the bandits either, because we ain't paying our tithes, and so we scrounged up a bit of coin and decided to come to that Tealeaf Adventuring Company here in Kadoria, because we heard you guys do good things, and we're people's in need of some helps. And I knew, you know, the people of Dios recognise heroes when we hear about them, and it's been a right royal shit show over there. So if y'all could help to rout out these bandits and maybe stop them for good and knock a good thrashing into them and help so we can get caught up on our tithes, and then the army will leave us alone and everybody will be happy and we can get back to the normal way of doing our lives, you know? Now,
All right, Drowse. Yes, that will do nicely. We can do that.
No, we're just simple farmer folk. We ain't got too much in the ways of coin and whatnot, but we managed to all pitch in a little bit, and you know, poor Jimmy's gonna have to go to school next year. But I believe we got enough to hire some defenders of the free folk, as it were.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
I didn't understand a single word that they said.
I want one of those hats. Can I have one of those hats?
My mum made this for me. Yeah, sure. I'll give you the hat. She hands over this like oversized straw, like gardening farmer's hat. It's got like a few different patches and like missing bits in it. It's seen some harsh years here, but it's a maid.
I feel like a pirate.
I'm a pirate.
It is a certain kind of pirate, that's for sure.
Liquor.
If Reginald signed the paperwork, just point us in the direction.
Right. Reginald comes. Yes. Now, as part of the deal, these people have traveled a long way by caravan, so we are arranging to have Amnesty ship you all back to Dios with them, back to their home village, and you can see the scene of the crime itself, as it were, and these people will be brought back to their homes. They don't have to make that treacherous journey over the Silver Mountains again. Are there any questions before you depart? It seems pretty straightforward enough.
Yes,
Round
it
up
does.
some bandits. If
Just sipping
everyone's
my
good, then-
espresso.
If everyone is good, then we will convene up in the teleportation room in about 10 minutes.
Good enough for another pint.
Ted
Zedra's
kind of like
gonna go
puts
put away
his
her hat.
Ted puts his giant lobster claw over your empty tankard and just kind of shakes his head.
Buzzkill.
That's rough.
I actually like your swamp water too. Fuck off. He just walks away. Grumpy.
Alrighty. Gathering all of your arms, armor, and supplies, you guys all convene in the first room, the first door on the right after you head up the stairs onto the first floor, where you can see Amnesty just finishing a new and improved teleportation circle that he's inscribed onto the floor here. This room is maybe like 8 by 8 feet, bit large, you know, just kind of cramped when all of you guys pile in. Just big enough to fit this large, complex, intricate arcane glyph on the floor, which Amy uses to teleport you guys to and fro. Amy would say, "All right, folks, get you guys back home and get you guys to where you need to go. You're gonna be on your own for getting yourself back home, because I'm still wanted in Dios, and they hate me there. So I'm not going back if I don't have to." And he kind of gives a guilty smile.
That's
Can I-
something we
are
should
we
probably
taking a
take care
vote?
of at some point.
Are we taking a boat?
Why would
Probably
we
after.
take a
I mean,
boat?
Oh, sure. No. Reggie's gonna send a boat to deliver all these people's like wagons and horses and stuff, and so you can just ride the boat back when it comes back to Kidori.
Ah, perfect. I will be the captain.
I'll swim then, thanks.
I would probably rather walk, but that's okay.
Can't
I'm gonna
walk in
take the
open.
boat. Us Vaxies don't like water. Yeah.
But
Has anybody ever?
you know what?
told-
I'm not gonna.
No,
Nope. Don't.
It's
Don't.
not worth it.
Exactly. For once, you and I see eye to eye, Windbag.
I've agreed with you on many occasions.
Hmm. We'll see.
Anyway, tally ho!
All right, with a little bit of a snap of his fingers and a slick little arcane spell, Amy would
That's the sound of
activate the
teleportation.
arcane portal, and you guys are slurped through the portal into the Holy Empire of Dios. You guys see rolling fields of different farmsteads and pastures, at this point covered in a soft layer of pristine snow. Being the winter, in this sort of temperate climate, you can see not too much farming activity happening, but people going about their daily lives, chopping wood, preparing firewood, things of that nature. The occasional caravan or wagon passing by on some of these main roads. And your villagers here that have come with you, again, are flabbergasted by this display of teleportation magic, kind of finding their feet again, reeling from the dizzying effects of teleportation. One of them actually turns and retches on the ground, getting a little bit sick to the stomach from the sensation. But after a few moments, you all sort of orient yourselves and kind of get collected. And the matron of this group of farmers sort of heads off, leading you guys back to the home village. Following this group of farmers back to their village for 15-20 minutes or so, you guys are led to a small hamlet of maybe realistically about 5 or 6 different buildings. It's a few families here. It's really not anything too crazy. Kind of surrounded by a small bit of a forest, nothing too dense. It seems like these people live simple but fruitful and and pretty bountiful lives, as it were. You can see neatly tended to rows of different crops and farmsteads that they've got. You can see livestock pens, coops for chickens, goats, cows, pigs, things of that nature. They've got a lovely little life going on here. I need the party to go ahead and roll a perception check for me.
Ah,
as well.
yes, people of the land, salt of the earth. These are the people. Perception, yes. I forgot what I was rolling.
Question, Luke. This is a weird one. I have the background folk hero,
So do I.
Okay.
so I was just wondering if like these people would honestly know of, I guess, Regis and myself, since we're both folk heroes. Because me for my monster hunting prowess, and Regis for his prowess, whatever that may be.
Yes.
Richter
So
will
where,
appreciate it.
Regis specifically is a hero from Kadoria, from the
Right.
World. Where is Richter originally from?
He's originally from like the Fey lands, so like where you and Regis and Marigold were met and had the wedding and everything else like that, like in the Fey lands themselves, but would come into the material plane to hunt undead.
So I would say in both cases, these people live a rather secluded lifestyle. They don't get out much. And so you guys might be more known by the common folk in Kadoria, but here in Dios, the name doesn't really ring a bell.
Makes sense.
But to be fair, most names don't ring a bell.
Sure.
You see,
Sure.
as you guys are approaching this homestead, Richter, Regis, and Rue, you guys would all notice a couple of the buildings seem to be in like a fresh state of repair. There's a fence that's partially disheveled or knocked over. And Regis, you notice in some of the fields, it seems like there's like a large spot where the snow has been sort of like unnaturally cleared, and there's like a scorch mark on the ground, as if there was maybe like a small fire that kind of spread and was put out. Signs of a scuffle, signs of some sort of violence.
Oh, yes, this is... Yes, you can see. Somebody was mussed up pretty badly here. There's fire, and it looks like they were dragged off?
Not quite.
They were dragged off this way.
I don't think anything was dragged off, but
Well, maybe.
recent repairs, scuffle. These farmers either fought something off or something tried to take a fight to them. I'm actually surprised.
The old woman would turn around and go, right, yeah.
Ah! I forgot you were here.
I've been bleeding you here for like the last fucking 20 minutes, whatever. Right, so, I mean, the bandits come in the night, try to steal our chickens, try to steal our cows, try to steal our pigs and whatnot, but we got tools, we ain't going down without a fight, and, you know, they make a whole fuss and rattle their sabers and wave their torches and whatnot, but we try to do our best to defend ourselves, but a couple chickens ain't worth losing no blood over, but so it's a short, you know, in the short term, not much we can do. Just when the army comes and we ain't got the tithes, you know, it's either feed the army or feed ourselves. And like I said, little Timmy's not going to school next year now, but he might not get dinner tomorrow night either. So we're just trying to survive, and it's a tough world out there. So if we could get a little help dealing with these bandits, just...
Do you recall which direction they came from the woods?
Kinda. To be honest, it was late at night and everything was dark and loud and scary, and I was just trying to keep the little ones safe, you know. I kind of gathered them in one of the huts there and just we stayed quiet, all the stronger folk, kind of. But, no, I don't think we got any leads like that.
No worries. I'll go out, I'll see if I can find any leads there, Regis. You let me do my job, you do yours.
Of course, yes.
I'll come with you if you don't mind.
I think that's a good idea.
I could use
All
a
right.
footstool.
So,
What did you call me?
Nothing.
all right.
I
So
think he called you a toadstool.
So Richter and Lizard are gonna go kind of scout the perimeter, looking for any signs of a trail or a lead. What are other people gonna do?
I didn't think I would get this far. If I'm being honest, I guess I'm a little. I don't bloody know. I'm going to
I'm gonna
follow
go.
somebody else's lead for once.
All right, Clover or Rue, you guys want to do anything?
How many bandits generally come at a time?
As you kind of ask the crowd, a younger boy, maybe 15, 16 years old, kind of taller, broad-shouldered, definitely like a farmhand, kind of looks around and kind of answers you, Rue, as you speak. It varies, honestly. Sometimes it's a couple of scouts. Sometimes there's as many as, I don't know, this many of them. He like holds up fingers. Last time it was a lot of them.
Alright. Do they have
They
any
come-
sort of weapon or anything?
Steel.
Steel?
Swords.
As in long swords, short swords, bows.
No. You see the boy kind of like, not like a bow and arrow, more like a. It's a weird. It's got a metal bit and a crank and. What do you call them things?
Crossbow. This thing right here.
One of them crossbows, yeah.
Yes.
They got crossbows.
Root
Meanwhile,
kinda, like, nods totally just no.
Meanwhile, Richter and Lizard, go ahead and make it. You can either make individual survival checks, or one of you can roll with advantage. You guys, up to you guys.
I got pretty high survival, so
You can do it. I have faith in you.
I don't. But hey, go dice.
Hey, that's
Tw-
pretty
a,
good.
tw- a 20.
20. You can see it looks like there's been in the at least the last 24 hours or so, sort of like a fresh layer of snow, and so that seems to kind of cover up a lot of the evidence or tracks or trails or anything that might have been here. You do notice, however, it's hard to tell whether or not these are like the villagers kind of like doing patrols or people sneaking in and out or whatever, but there seems to be humanoid footprints numbering somewhere between like, I don't know, a dozen to 2 dozen individuals. No real clear direction. It doesn't seem like they're funneling in through the forest from one direction or something. So it's you don't get any like trails per se of like, oh, we'll follow them back to their hideout kind of things yet. Yeah, no clear leads even with a 20, which makes you feel like pretty confident that you're gonna have to come up with a different game plan.
How often do they come? Do we know? Are they random?
Let's go see Regis. I have an idea.
Another farm boy, a little bit older, maybe in his early 20s, kind of speaks out. Cause seems like once a 10 day or so. It's not on any sort of routine schedule or nothing. Just show up whenever they get hungry or want some money or whatever. It's been a few days since they came.
Why don't we lay an ambush for them?
Oh, back in my pirates days, we used to ambush all the time.
You don't know the sense of any kind of volume, do you, toadstool?
I'm a lizard, not a toad.
Still useless at the moment.
Not wrong.
When we walk up and he starts yapping, I'm actually quickly in my hand. I'm casting a spell.
Okay.
I'm casting Goodberry,
Ooh, okay.
and instead of giving it out to the party, because seeing this is kind of a reminder, Richter is actually giving or handing out the good berries to the people.
Oh, you see, this group that you've been traveling with is maybe about like 13, 14 people. And so very quickly recognizing the bit of magic that you've done, the children kind of scoff up a good berry each to start, and then some of the older boys will take it. You actually see a lot of the elderly kind of refusing food so that others can eat and kind of taking that bit of sacrifice there, which you quickly kind of gather is perhaps more common than you'd think here in this present situation for these people. But they're very, very gracious to you.
Now, I hate to ask for any more information or any more favors, but any more details that you can give us about these bandits, then we can take care of it, and you'd be rid of your problem. Any markings, any symbols. Look at my back. And I turn to show my blue tunic, and it's got a specific, like, holy symbol, like a very holy sigil symbol on it, everything else like that. Like, have you seen anything that's as intricate or as interesting, something that may have caught your eye, something that would have maybe brought more fear to you than even a blade would? Just something that you remember. Could be anything, could be even the tiniest detail, just anything.
I need you to roll me a persuasion check at advantage, Richter.
Absolutely. It's not great, but let's go for it.
18,
Pretty good.
A small human girl, maybe 6 years old, hair up in sort of like a high ponytail to keep it out of her face, kind of like looks around as if like asking permission to speak, and a lot of the older folk kind of like looking around, almost ashamed that they don't have information for you. The little girl kind of like waves at you as if to like speak up that she's got something to say.
I actually kneel down to her and get at her level. I'm like, it's all right. I'm here. It's all right. What do you got to say? I'll listen to anything.
When I was hiding the 3 nights ago, they came in, they took some of my favorite ducks, and it made me sad. But one of them was bigger, stronger, and he had big one of them big pointy sticks, the shiny metal sticks. But him was wearing like you said, on your back you got a holy symbol.
Like that?
Yeah, it wasn't that one, but it was like a shiny necklace.
Could you draw it for me, sweetheart?
Yeah. He kind of like looks around and picks up a stick off the ground, and in the snow will kind of scribble out some sort of symbol. Whoever's looking at the symbol can make me a religion check.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't have that, but we always try.
Why would the paladin have religion? Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, I failed. I should know this too.
This is actually a pretty high skill check. To most of you, this is a children's doodle that is indecipherable. It doesn't really mean anything. But interestingly enough, to Rue and to Zedra, you actually just barely make out what could be loosely interpreted as sort of this like emblazoned shield with a dragon's sort of visage sort of facing to the side. This could be the holy symbol of Bahamut, the platinum dragon.
Okay.
So it looks like dragons. We're oh boy. Do you recognize this route? I want you to take the lead on this, buddy.
I do. Would seem that it is the
Bathtub
emblem
mitt?
of Bahamut.
That one. There we go.
Didn't Marigold mention something about these guys?
They are. That's interesting. So, who are they currently aligned with, Luke?
Does Andrew want to know, or does Regis want to know?
I guess, does Regis know?
Regis is a pretty up and up kind of guy. And reading the newspaper. So when the civil war broke out between the sisters, the chosen divines, which are sort of the religious leaders of Dios, sort of fractured and split almost evenly between supporting Alana and supporting Melanie. And the leader of the Silver Hand Paladins of Bahamut actually sided with Alana, the older sister.
So these bandits are not bandits.
It would seem to think that my intuition was right.
Now, you guys, it is knowing what you know about Dios, you would know that Bahamut is one of sort of the larger pantheon deities that are openly worshipped in Dios. One of the selected 8 approved deities in Dios. It's not entirely unreasonable that a common folk might just happen to worship this particular god, but the holy symbol itself is a bit sus.
So we're either dealing with what, Regis? An impersonator or an actual member?
I couldn't necessarily tell you, but it does give us something to work with. If we're
True.
dealing with true supporters of Bahamut, and these are actually sentient members of the Silver Dragons.
So,
Silver something? Yes.
Silver Hand.
Silver Hand, yes. And I would have to assume that we could at least start heading towards a large populous center and find them. But I still think we get ambushed.
I pat the little girl on the head and smile and
She kind of
thank
chewing on the good berry in her cheek a little bit.
thank you, my dear. That helped out immensely. Thank you.
Rue is going to take off her backpack and set it down and pull out 5 days worth of rations, setting them aside for the people to take and do with what they will.
The old woman would kind of approach you, Rue, as you're doing this. Now, thank you. We do really appreciate this, and all the charity. It every bit helps. And I don't mean to sound ungrateful at all, but we're really looking for a long-term solution here. We need to get rid of these bandits once and for good, because they'll be back. In fact, it's not entirely out of the question they'll be back tonight. So
That's the plan. This is
Rude.
for you.
Rue nods. They very well may be back tonight, but your children are hungry now.
thank you. God's bless you. It's good to know that there's still some good out there in the world.
She'll nod, close up her backpack, and put it on her back. So, are we waiting for them to come back, or are we going and looking for them?
I think that they won't expect being attacked.
A Spanish Inquisition.
No expect Spanish Inquisition.
They won't expect the Todorian Inquisition.
Yes.
I didn't know I was a conquistador.
God dang it.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to find a keychain.
Alrighty, folks. What is the plan?
So, I don't want to involve any more of this Hamlet than we actually have to. They're fed. Looks like everyone's at least happy. What do we say? We tell them to bunker down in a house and just chill out in Stronghold, and we take over one and see what ends up happening?
I think that would be the plan, yes.
All right. The group collectively is very agreeable to that plan, and as the afternoon continues on and people enjoy their meals, kind of finish up their day's work, as the sun kind of grows low in the sky and twilight kind of begins to set in, you see these people will light up small little oil lanterns as if to kind of like provide watch lights above a couple of the houses and a couple of the coops here. And they will go inside and kind of bunker down, kind of barricading the doors, staying as safe as possible.
I did.
So, let me, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get us to the first map of tonight.
Right.
So, this is what everybody's got to work with here.
Out.
I did get very practiced at street-to-street combat during the war against the Daimon. This is right up my alley.
You've told that story like 50 times, Grandpa.
And it gets better every time. You scaly worm.
That's yet to be said.
I
But
thought I was a toad, not a worm.
I didn't say you were a toad. Ding dong.
anyway,
Bootlicker.
So at this point, it's just about twilight. One might say like magic hour if we're talking Rain of Fire terms. There's a little bit of snow on the ground here, but in the hamlet, these high traffic areas, it's more turned to like slush and mud. What's the game plan?
are the farmers in one of these two buildings here? Or are they on a different building away from this?
Most of the farmers, again, we're talking a couple small families here.
Right.
A lot of the farmers are in this building here. This
Okay.
appears to be some sort of coop, maybe like livestock in there, maybe pigs or goats or something. And then there's a couple other houses off the map that
Okay.
the rest go to that we don't have to worry about.
Just wanted to reference where they were so that I knew.
Are there any water barrels or perhaps concealment locations we could use?
Looks like there's a couple crates over here.
Maybe Clover and Lizard. Yes. Perhaps it would be best for you to take the route of concealed ambush. Provide overwatch.
There's a compost pile right here.
That is perfect for Lizard. No one will expect to look in the compost for somebody. You know what? I will take this as the leader of this expedition to myself get into the compost pile and hide.
Alright.
He might smell
I'm gonna
better.
hide in this tree over here because that's what us cats do.
All right, so Regis is in. So one by one, Regis, go and make me a stealth check for me, please.
Oh, is this a disadvantage because I'm in plate?
No, I'll give you a straight roll.
Can I cast guidance on him so that he can get a D4 to this?
That would
Absolutely.
be amazing. For reasons that you're about to see.
Negative.
Oh!
Ooh.
Yeah, negative.
Okay. With the D4
Yep.
from
working on that
Rue.
now. The D4 from downtown to make it a 19.
Okay,
That's
you
solid.
get pretty bunkered down in there, ready to strike.
Crystal
So
Access symbol's just like sticking up like this. I'm like, all right, everybody else, take your spots.
All right, Zedra climbing up into the tree like a cat. I need you to make me a stealth check, please.
What do you mean like a cat? She's a cat.
Nat 20. There we go. All right, you are hidden up in that tree. What's everybody else doing?
Rue's casting guidance on herself.
Okay. And where is Rue gonna hide or?
Nah, she's staying right here in the open, leaning against the shed with the livestock in it.
Okay.
Richter is actually going to use his abilities because he's a goddamn rabbit and jumping up on top of the roof and hiding in the darkness of the roof.
Hiding up on top of the roof. Okay, make me a stealth check, Richter.
Eh.
Okay.
You missed the jump, bunny man.
I made the jump. I didn't make the. I wasn't quiet.
So loud.
Okay. And Lizard.
Can I be obnoxious?
Always.
And I'm not gonna hide.
Okay.
I'm gonna sit on top of the table in the open.
Okay.
Glorious.
Sitting on top of the table. All right.
Are the stars out tonight?
It is a beautiful, crystal clear winter night here in the Holy Empire. There's like that nice chill in the air, like snow could fall at any moment, but the sky is beautiful, and this far away from any major city, there's no light pollution or anything. It is gorgeous out.
Sweet. I'm staring at the stars. I'm just laying back and just looking at the stars.
Hey,
All
Luke.
right.
Are the
Yes.
beginner tier people able to take hero tier things like
They are
clearance D8
not,
stuff?
unfortunately.
No?
That's-
Okay.
You gotta wait till adventure tier
You
for
have to.
that.
Okay. I was just double checking.
No, it's okay. All right. You guys take your positions and wait for an hour.
I recast guidance on myself.
2 hours.
I recast guidance on myself.
It's kind of Rue will. I'll assume kind of like refreshing your prayer, almost like a mantra every time.
Yep.
The stuff. Yeah. 3 hours go by. The sun has set. These oil lanterns kind of flickering and casting shadows, and you guys are starting to get bored.
Zedra's playing with scabs in the tree.
Okay.
I'm actually happy. I'm at peace. Like Richter's at peace right now, just chilling and looking at the stars. He's also playing with his telescope because it's also starbound. So fuck it.
Eliza, please. Not the.
Scabs, you have to hold the tiny stick like a sword. That way, when you get him in the knee, it actually takes out that cap.
4 hours go by. It is now the dead of night. You've lost track of time, but the sun is very clearly set. And
I say, you're going with Kador.
Rue and Zedra, you start to hear some footsteps and some rustling. And approaching from the southern side of the hovel, you see about 5 or so gruff bandit-looking individuals kind of step up. And one of them, as he sort of comes into the light, a bit bigger, more of a leader type figure, kind of goes, speaking to you, Rue.
Well, what have we got here? Ain't seen your pretty face in this little hovel before.
Rue kind of like pushes herself off from her leaning stance on the building and goes, "Boy, it sure took you time to get here."
Well, you just go on right back to bed. We're gonna take our pickings and we'll make this nice and easy. Ain't nobody gotta bleed tonight.
Right. Or she takes her sword out of her sheath and like twirls it in her hands. Y'all can just walk away and nobody has to lose anything. Because you take another step closer and I'm gonna remove a few limbs.
You hear that, lad? This little pup right here thinks she's got what it takes.
And he will reach off of his back and pull out 2 scimitars and kind of roll them and brandish them.
Give you one last chance. And go take that fucking frog and bugger off.
She like pricks the tip of her finger on her blade, and I'm gonna roll a d4 because she's gonna use her crimson right.
Okay. Blood hunter stuff. I love it.
Yeah, and so she takes 3 damage, but it pricks her finger, and the blood slowly falls along the blade, and as it does, it starts to crackle like lightning. She go, "You can try, but I will take one of you with me."
You hear one of the other bandits kind of like seeing this bit of blood matching, gonna go, "Oh, she's some kind of witch. We ain't prepared to." And the boss goes, "Bugger that!" He whistles this sharp, and you hear, "Men, let's go!" And from the other side of the map, you also see a group of bandits start to approach from the wood line. And at this point, I need everybody to click on their token and roll me some initiative, please.
Luke, my guidance. Can I add that to my initiative?
If you would like, yes.
Amazing. I will roll that d4.
Alright, so Rue is at...
Rue is at... I should be clicked on my token. So Rue's at 5.
Okay. Sounds good. I will roll for my bandits. And I will roll for my captains. And I will sort. And I will add a turn counter. Okay. So at the start of the initiative, Lizard, you hear him whistle out, and you kind of hear some of the other men coming out of the woodwork. You've got the first jump on them.
Ooh, boy. Well, since they're two... I'm just gonna hold my ground. I want to have the high ground. I will, however. Crap. I will actually. Luke, if I were to create a bonfire, would it block them out, or would I light the house on fire?
So the bonfire takes up 1 square. So it'd take up like 1 square on the grid. That if they were to walk through that square, they'd take damage.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna do it just to freak them out, anyways. That random flame's just gonna appear.
Sure. Where do you want to put it?
Right smack dab. Right here.
Okay, stand by. I have just the thing for this.
Yep.
I'm gonna do some cool things. All right, where do you want to put it?
Right here.
Okay, so this magical glowing yellow and green bonfire just erupts.
Perfect.
Okay.
And I'm gonna hold my ground on top of my table.
Okay, sounds good. That's gonna move us on to Richter. You are up. You are technically considered hidden up on this rooftop.
Cool. You know what? We're gonna spend it.
Okay.
I am throwing the javelin of lightning.
Oh snap.
I'm gonna throw it at the main dude here.
Okay. You do have to say the command word.
I do have to say the command word. I forget what I made the command word, to be honest.
Oh, you don't get to pick. You don't get to pick. All javelins of lightning have the same command word.
Oh, do they?
It's yeet.
Oh, yeet.
You have to eat it.
Okay.
I don't make the rules. I just enforce them.
In fact, I did make this rule, but that's
I
okay.
did make this rule. That is explicitly my rule.
I love it. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and yeet this motherfucker at the big boss dude.
Okay, go and roll to hit. Add advantage because you are hidden. A 15 just hits. So striking right into him, he's going to take the 4 points of piercing damage. He kind of looks up, like grabbing it, confused as to where it came from. And then it's the 4d6 lightning damage, right?
Yes.
All right. So does he get a dex save on that or no?
I don't know because I don't actually have the item stat on front of
Let
me.
me.
Yeah. Here it is.
DC 13 Dex saving throw. So he's gonna make the
Jeez.
Dex save. Let's see. He's gonna roll. Actually, pretty solid at those. He does save, so he'll take half of that damage. He'll take an additional 4 points of lightning damage.
Yep.
Okay. So as he kind of like looks up, it just kind of shocks him a little bit, and he's got his eyes locked on you.
And I just kind of like look at him and go, "My God, you guys took a third amount of time getting here." And I grab my telescope, and no one can hear me saying any kind of words, but all of a sudden the telescope just turns into a celestial stars and turns into the whip, and I'm just like, it's about friggin' time. I've been bored forever. And bonus action, he's going to use that dash that
The
he
bonus
gets.
action dash from the coffee.
Bonus action dash with the coffee. So I
Okay.
get a movement speed of 70 feet. Perfect. Because I'm a freaking insane person, and I get right into his friggin' face.
All right.
You're too slow. I'm just ready to strangle him with this freaking whip of stars.
All right. That'll be it for Richter. We'll move on to the captain. The captain kind of like looking at this javelin sticking out of him, kind of yanks it out with like the handle of his scimitar and kind of save me the trouble. And he's going to take 2 attacks against you, Richter, with both scimitar. Main hand attack is going to be a 14 to hit.
Miss.
And the offhand attack is a 15 to hit.
Miss.
All right.
I told you, you're too slow.
That one. This one up here is going to go ahead and take his movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to dash right in. So he's going to dash right up to the edge of you, Lizard, there. But that's his whole turn to do so. And that'll bring us to Zedra.
Zedra is going to get.
Sorry,
her...
is it Zedra or Zedra? I say Zedra.
It's Zedra.
It's Zedra. I'll remember that.
It's
Shorty.
Zedra.
Zedra. Shorty. Shorty for short cat. Okay. Zedra.
She's going to take her short bow and she is going to plink an arrow at this guy down here.
All right. You will be at advantage with sneak attack because you are hidden.
Alrighty. There it is.
15 will hit that guy. So go ahead and add your level 3 now or level 2?
3.
Okay, so that's going to be 2d6 sneak attack damage.
2d6.
All right, so 11 points of damage. You reach up from the tree, aim, and snipe straight through the frickin' throat and kind of sticks out the other end. This guy starts gasping. He is donezo. That's 1 shot, 1 kill right there.
That's how we do it, Scabs! That's it for Zedra.
Alright, solid turn. The bandits are now going to go. This one's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to rush up and pull out a dagger and try to chuck it at you, Rue.
Okay.
Sorry, not a dagger. He's got a crossbow. The captains have daggers. This one's going to hold a crossbow kind of running up. He's going to run up, aim and shoot at you. That's a 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, that's going to be 5 points of piercing.
Okay.
This one's going to run up and back up his captain. He's going to take out a similar looking short sword and try to swipe out at you, Richter.
Okay.
That's a 16 to hit.
Miss.
Okay. This one right here just sees his buddy get freaking sniped to death. Kind of a little shooketh. Is going to aim up at you, Zedra, and take a shot with his crossbow. That's a 21 to hit, so I think that one lands.
Damn!
5 points on you, Zedra. These ones are going to move in. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's going to dash in. This one... also going to dash. This one's going to be sneaky. It's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. gonna dash right to there, kind of around the outside perimeter of the house. So that's it for all of the bandits. That's gonna bring us to Sir Regis.
Yes. So Regis is going to blindly run out from the pile of compost
Okay.
and just surge and bonus action. Coffee breath that I got. Oh, I'm gonna take one more.
Okay.
So I can get the 2 kitty bandits. Cone.
Okay.
15-foot cone. Earth damage. 1.
Okay, so it's gonna be a dexterity saving throw, or
Doesn't say.
no, I think they just take the damage. They just
That
take
was
the
the
damage.
intention, yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So-
go ahead and roll the d8.
Oh.
A little old man burp as you stumble out of this compost. They'll both take
Yeah,
1
a
point.
little, not very graceful, but I am going to continue my movement to this side, and I'm going to swing. Oh, they're not hearing me again.
Oh no.
Sounds killing me tonight. Maybe they are. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to continue and just speak nice and clearly. And
Okay.
I'm going to Great Weapon Master with Regis. Crystal Axe of Simmel.
Hell yeah. You're going after this guy right here?
Yeah.
Pinky
Okay.
says she can hear you.
Yeah, I think you're good on audio. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, not good enough, though.
8 is going to be a miss.
Okay, that was just a bad roll. Who leave my lizard acquaintance alone? Oh my god.
Alrighty, that's going to bring us to Rue, bringing up the rear.
Okay. Do I get? It's a 10-foot circle, so is it like that?
What's the effect?
If it says it is 10 foot radius sphere centered on a point I can see within range.
So it'd be like that.
Should be like what the? Sorry. Oh, okay.
Like that big.
Like okay. I think. Nah. I think Rue is going to. Yeah, we're gonna do that, but we're gonna send it back here to these 2, to the captain and his partner.
So like right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's going to cast Magnify Gravity.
Ooh.
Don't know if that went through or not. But they have to make a Constitution saving throw on. Hold on. Each creature in the sphere on the turn when you cast the spell must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, the creature takes 2d8 force damage and its speed is halved until the end of its next turn. On a successful save, a creature takes half as much damage and suffers no reduction to its speed. Until the start of my next turn, any objects that aren't being worn or carried in the sphere require a successful strength check against my DC to pick up or move.
That's a really cool spell.
Yeah.
Alright. So the little bandit's going to make his con save. He's going to roll a 6, so he will fail. And the captain is going to roll a 22.
Okay, so the captain will take half of 14, which is 7.
Alright, so you see him kind of grit his teeth a little bit. He's going to take the 7 force damage. The other one, as he swipes and misses Richter, just with the momentum kind of loses his balance and just collapses into the ground, and just the force of that magnified gravity crushes his torso. That's a kill right there.
Beautiful.
Some
And then
Fuji Tora shit right there.
And then she's going to step up to this guy, her eyes glinting. Sure, you can come to me. We can dance, she says.
Alrighty, that's one
End
hell of a
turn.
turn right there. That is the end of round 1. That'll bring us to round 2. And Lizard, it is your turn again.
Oh, great. Regis, now you stink. Oh god, this isn't going well. They're circling you and you stink.
I'm meant to be circled.
What?
And then I'm going to I'm gonna cast Lightning Lure.
Okay.
On
Who
the
you wanna
guy, the one closest to both of us.
Okay. So he's got to make some kind of save, right?
Yep.
Strength save, I believe.
Okay.
Yikes.
He's gonna roll a 20 on that, so he will succeed and resist your spell.
Oh, well, this is very awkward and uncomfortable because I was practicing this spell just earlier in the day.
We're doing good earlier, don't you worry.
Yeah, well, good luck!
And I'm gonna jump off the table.
Okay.
He has given up the high ground.
Alrighty, that'll be it for Lizard. That'll bring us to Richter.
Absolutely. Richter is wielding a Celestial Whip and a long sword for this. We're not pulling out the Cold Snap just yet.
Okay.
So first we're going to go ahead for a regular attack with the Celestial Whip.
Okay.
Against the captain. 17.
17 hits for 5 points right there.
And he has a mote of light on him, and anyone that attacks him has advantage.
Ooh, very cool.
Which I will now attack, because I have 2-weapon fighting with my longsword, which has advantage.
Okay. Roll with advantage.
Checks out.
Ooh, unfortunately, that's going to be a miss.
That's okay. Anyone that still attacks still gets advantage.
Oh, it's until it hits and pops?
Until my next turn.
Ah, very cool. Okay.
And if he is hit, the mote pops, and I will roll the damage for that when that happens. So that's action, bonus action, and no, I'm staying my ground. This guy's got nothing. I don't care. I'm just taunting him at this point in time.
All right. That's going to be the captain's turn.
You think you got some sort of advantage with your little tricks?
Says he's going to come out with 2 more slashes against you. So main hand is going to be a 22 on you for 5 points of slashing.
Sounds good.
And offhand's a 10, so that'll miss. This captain up here has got his eyes set on this little freaking lizard, so he's going to take the opportunity to attack from Regis and chase down Lizard.
Oh, he's gonna get it.
I'm not a fan of this.
Looking on it, it's okay, little boy.
I'm a fan of this.
There's a 17 hit.
A 17 will hit with Great Weapon Master. Oof, that's going to hurt.
Yeah, it will.
Oh my lord, 24 points of damage as he leaps forward, kind of rushing forward with his 2 swords. Axe catches him straight between the shoulders, just he screams out in pain. He's going to follow through with the attacks on Lizard. Main hand is going to be a 19 to hit Lizard.
That hits.
For 4 points of slashing.
Okay.
And the offhand is an 8 to hit. That's going to miss.
Okay.
Alright, and that's going to bring us to Zedra.
So Zedra, so she can see this. You said he's glowing a little bit over here, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is.
She's gonna see that glowing light and take an aim for it with her short bow.
Okay, you'll be at advantage still. A 14 just misses, unfortunately.
Damn.
Yeah. The arrow kind of lands like almost in between his feet. Like if it was just a half an inch higher, you would have had him. But...
It was a little too bright. Not gonna lie.
All right. Anything else for Zedra?
No, I think that's gonna be it.
Okay, maintaining your ground. That's going to bring us to the regular bandits here. This one, I think I missed him last turn. That's okay. He's gonna run. He's decided that this ain't worth his life, so he's gonna peace out. But these ones are still here. These two are gonna kind of move in and try to double team Regis. So Regis, you're gonna have 2 attacks coming at you.
Oh, 8.
First one's an 11, bounces right off your brand new plate armor.
Yeah.
Second one, it just meets, kind of catches right under the armpit and barely nicks you for 2 points of slashing damage.
Oof. Oh.
And
right in the armpit crack.
This one's gonna rush up and try to stab at you, Lizard, with this knife. That's gonna be a miss. That's a 5 to hit.
You guys aren't very good at this.
All right. This one down here, going toe to toe with the Rue, is gonna take a stab. That's gonna be a natural 1. That's a miss. And then this one is going to take another shot at Zedra, trying to avenge his fallen comrade. Zedra, that's a 13 to hit.
Check, miss.
Alrighty. That's going to bring us to Sir Regis.
Yes. Well, ruffians are bothering me. Post haste. I will great weapon. Both.
Okay, directly above you.
Directly above me, yes. Oh, there's a natural 1. It's in the wrong spot there.
Let's go. That's a hit.
30 points of damage.
Woo! Baby, that's spicy. You just split this guy clean in half, like catch him right on the shoulder and just like all the way down to the pelvis, and you see the body just kind of slowly peel apart.
Yes, and as part of great weapon. Accent. When I split, to 0 hit points, I can make attack as a
That indeed you can.
second verse, same as the first for the bandit. Give it with the.
Okay.
13 and a 20? It's a 21!
That's a
for
crit!
It's fucking 34 points.
So in one smooth motion, you take your two-handed battle axe, bury it through the first guy's torso, and then just take it and rip, and you completely bisect the other guy at the waist, and he just sloughs off. You've got 4 freaking half bodies in front of you right now.
And I'm gonna just walk over to Lizard, jump up on the table, kind of plant myself here, look down at the captain and say, "Think you're next, lad."
Make an intimidation check at advantage.
Take the advantage, baby. Oh.
21. You see the panic in his eyes. That was a fucking badass turn. Anything else, Sir Regis?
He's already also suffered a freaking hit from you too, so.
Yeah, exactly. Hit the back of his shoulder blades.
Ugh.
Alrighty, that's gonna be Rue's turn.
Alright, Rue is going to attack with her short sword.
If any of the mods are in, can you guys get a fresh Discord link in chat? Looks like the one in our command.
The 9 is going to miss.
9 is
And
gonna miss.
that is all.
Okay, no worries. Yes, so Rue, 9 is gonna miss. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okie dokie. That'll be the end of round 2. That's gonna bring us to round 3. That's gonna be Wizard to Wizard.
Oh, my hero, Regis. You're not really that much of a bootlicker, I swear. You're doing really
Take
good.
care of one of them before.
Yeah, I'm
Thank
working
you.
on it.
Okay, alright, this time I'm going to attack this one who's not
Okay.
a captain. I'm going to use Lightning Lure again.
Okay, he's gonna make a strength saving throw.
Correct.
He's gonna roll a 2, so he will fail and take the 4 points of lightning damage. As you kind of like magnetize him closer to you, the proximity to your magic kind of sends a shockwave through him. He is frazzled and wounded.
Yes. Take that, you little scallywag.
Alrighty, anything else, Lizard?
That's all I got.
Alright, solid turn there. Now we've got Richter down here.
Gonna do the same because that's all I got for being level 2. So, Celestial Whip.
23 will hit for 6, and I believe that's gonna pop the mote of light, right?
It will. It also puts on a new mode of light since this one's popping.
Yeah, okay.
So there's the low damage, 10 damage,
10
radiant,
points of radiant. Okay, he's looking pretty rough.
and then I get another attack with the long sword
At advantage, because the
at
mote
advantage.
is
22,
a 22 for 8.
and that mote popped.
for another 46. 19. That is a kill. And just this flurry of flashing light and explosion and stars, the whip and the sword together flowing like starlight, just slash this guy up, and he just drops in front of you.
I told you were too slow. Bonus action. Yeah. I'm going to move in and just be like, this is your time to either leave and never come back, or die with your brothers.
Make an intimidation check at advantage.
19.
Okay. You see this guy is making a decision. He is contemplating his life right now.
Wonderful.
All right.
That's the end of my turn.
That's going to bring us to the captain. This captain's like, nope. He's going to disengage and run. Kind of like stomping over the dead corpse of one of his comrades. He's just booking it. That is his whole turn. That's going to bring us to Zedra.
Give me 1 second to double check how far this goes real quick.
Looking at your short bow?
Yes.
Who are
Okay.
you trying to shoot?
Zedra wants no survivors. She's going to shoot the captain with her
he's
short bow.
absolutely in range. Go ahead and roll.
Damn it.
Oh man. Unfortunately, you're kind of like delicately perched up on a branch in this tree, kind of like balancing with your feet and your thighs, and that arrow just goes over his head. You've overcompensated from the last time. You kind of see it stick into the mud and the snow. And he kind of like dodges out of the way.
That's gonna be it for Zedra. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the tree.
Okay. Bandit's turn. This bandit also gonna nope the fuck out of there. He's gonna disengage. He's gonna run right there. This one still going toe to toe with Rue. Hasn't quite noticed the carnage around him yet. He's gonna take a stab out at Rue. It's gonna be that's a crit.
Okay.
That's gonna be 8 points of slashing damage on you.
Okay.
And then this one. He's gonna stand and fight.
Cool.
He's gonna grit his teeth and he's gonna try to take out I'm gonna die a martyr kind of way. He's gonna try to stab it at you, Richter. That is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
That's gonna be 6 points of slashing damage on you.
Cool.
Alrighty. That's gonna bring us to Sir Regis.
Right. I am going to chase down the bandit captain.
Okay.
And I'm going to tackle him to the ground.
Okay, so this would be kind of like the shove act. Do you want to like grapple him or shove him?
I want to pin him to the ground. I don't want to grapple him.
Okay, make an athletics check.
All right. I'm going to pop my chin.
Hey, look at that. At advantage.
Oh yeah. 19?
19. As he's running, he sort of dodges out of the way of the arrow from Zedra. You come in like a freaking linebacker and just pile drive this guy to the ground. So you guys are now both prone.
Yep.
And he is grappled.
But I am a 6'2", rather large older gentleman wearing plate armor.
Yes, you are very, very... Okay, so he's on the ground.
I learned this from the monks. I'm going to put you into a rear naked choke.
Give him the chair.
No, that's Lizard's gonna do that. Don't worry. That's my turn.
All right, amazing. That's
I'm
gonna bring us
sending them to the electric chair.
gonna bring us to Rue.
Ooh.
Nat 20. Let's go. All
So
right.
I need to roll another 2d4 from my lightning.
Yes. All right, so 5 plus 3 is 8. Kind of streaking through, slashing out with your short sword, and with that blood magic infused, you see the wounds kind of open up in this sort of bloody mess that seems... The wound itself seems more grievous than you would expect from a normal slash. He seems kind of like looking down at his chest, looking at you. You kind of see his face start to go a little bit pale. He is on the brink of death.
Run. She says.
All right, make it. You can also make an intimidation check at advantage.
Okay. Intimidation. Intimidation. Not great. She's feeling pretty weak herself.
Alrighty.
But
Anything?
as a bonus action, I have 2 weapon fighting, so I'm gonna make an attack with my offhand.
Okay.
Which is another short sword, but it does not have the Crimson Right on it.
Okay.
Oh,
Beautiful. He kind of looks down at you, looks up. You get there's a sense of confusion as if he's lost all comprehension of language. And in that moment of just pure, like, there's almost a peaceful calm to it, you just flash across the face, put him out of his misery.
yeah.
Beautiful.
It's like the lightning's crackling in the wound, and she just slowly sinks the blade further, and it
Ooh.
crackles till the hilt, and then slowly fades away, and she just pulls it out and lets him drop.
We are a gruesome bunch.
Right into the snow.
And actually, we're gonna move this way, and turn here.
Beautiful. Alrighty, it's gonna be the start of round 4. Lizard the Wizard.
Oh. Sorry, there was an ambulance outside. I got excited. Since there's really no one really left for me to murder, except for that guy, I'm gonna hop back onto the table and say,
I told you would never take me alive.
and just to be dramatic, I'm gonna cast Thunder Wave at the first level.
You might be a little bit too far for Thunder Wave right now.
Oh, true, that's true. It's 15 feet. Never mind.
Could you lightning lure?
I need to be within 15 feet of him, so I have the movement.
Yeah, you can get a little closer.
There.
Okay.
And I'm gonna lightning lure this last guy.
Okay, he's gonna make a strength save. He's gonna fail. He gets pulled back closer to you, and you're gonna zap him, and he is kind of still shaking you up. Like, he seems to like still be like full sprint as he gets sucked back towards you. Kind of stops momentarily. He's hurting. He's still up.
Yeah.
Stay away from my friend who's prone.
Anything else for Lizard?
That's it.
Okay, that's gonna bring us to Richter.
Yeah, we're doing Richter things.
Yeah.
We're just gonna attack him and wrap him up in the whip as always.
All right, 14 will hit for 7. Okay, he's still standing.
Longsword attack at advantage.
Okay.
24.
24. So you just like wrap around his leg, pull him up, and drag him into the short sword attack, running him through. He didn't stand a chance. Yeah. Good night.
I kind of look behind me and I see that everything's pretty much taken care of, and I'm just gonna casually stroll 35 feet, because that is my movement, back up to here.
Okay.
And just wave Zedra down to be like, Clover, come on. I believe there's only one dude left, and we can at least get some answers finally questioned. Maybe you could have some fun with the captain.
No survivors!
Oh, as I walk by, though, Luke, is the holy symbol on the captain that I did blow the hell up still there?
Does
he have it?
You didn't notice it when you were fighting this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not a problem. I was going to say if I did see it, I want to scoop it up and grab it. But not a big deal.
the one currently wrestling with Sir Regis on the ground, actually you see kind of up from underneath his armor, you do see the holy symbol pull out on this one. He is going to attempt to reversal you, so he's going to try to reverse and pin you, Regis. So I need a contested athletics, but you're going to have advantage on this.
Well, athletic. Oh, there's a 20 in there.
You see him kind of trying to squirm and wiggle, and he like manages to wedge his arm under your shoulder and go to like lift and flip you, and just you hear something crack and pop.
I was just gonna say, I think I moved it in a way that actually just cracks his shoulder.
Yeah, and he just kind of like, you feel the submission as he kind of like lays down on the ground flat. He's not even like struggling anymore. He's just on the ground. He knows he's in for a rough time here. That's his whole turn. That's gonna bring us to Zedra.
Zedra's gonna come clambering on down the tree to come over here, and she is going to take her short bow and try to shoot this guy. We at least have the captain alive for now. Damn.
Natty one. Oh.
She's really excited for that no survivors thing. That's gonna be it for Zedra right now.
Alrighty. The bandit's gonna take one last just wild swing towards Lizard. Just a death throw here. It's gonna be a 19 to hit. That's gonna hit Lizard for 3 points of slashing damage.
Bullshit.
Oh, that's like 9. That's like 80% of his health.
I know, right?
Basically.
And Regis, your turn.
I mean, I'm going to disarm this man. I'm gonna holding the grapple. I'm just throwing his weapons away.
I will give you.
If he's then he's basically surrendered, right?
Yes or no. I mean, he's not trying to flip you anymore. I'm gonna say you can roll an athletics to disarm him. He's gonna have disadvantage on his roll, and you're gonna have advantage on your roll. There's a slight chance he might be able to hold on to it, but you've got
Okay.
yeah,
I'm gonna disarm him.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna try. 20.
Yeah. So you kind of manage to just rip one of the blades out of his hands. The other one, you kind of just drive the weight of your elbow into his wrist, and you see his grip just release. He's disarmed now and pinned.
And I'm just kind of like resting on my elbows at this point, just like, all right, we're done here.
Alrighty.
Well, I'm asking him, are we done here?
He doesn't answer you.
I'll just stay here then.
Alright, that's gonna bring us to Rue to finish off the last straggler here.
Alright, Rue's gonna run up and try. That's a miss.
Eight
And
gonna be
then
a hit.
her offhand, which doesn't have the Crimson Right, is gonna be a miss.
Oh no.
Okay. Lizard.
Alright, Lizard, round 5.
Yes, it's up to me.
You know what? I'm just gonna waste one. Why not?
Welcome if you got him.
We're gonna thunder wave him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll the damage for that. He's gonna make his Constitution saving throw.
Jesus, that's embarrassing.
He is gonna fail and just the shockwave Fusto Raw style, body parts and arms and limbs and bits of wood and mud and dust, just you blast him over. He actually goes flying over, landing on top of the body lands on top of Regis and this captain, and it's a mess. It's ugly.
In a crash and wave of crackling thunder, lightning strings like coated in blood seem to pull out from this guy as his torso lifts up, and he makes an attack on the bandit captain.
You're using Blood Maledict?
I am using my Blood Maledict.
Oh, that's so gruesome. Okay, go ahead and roll that attack at advantage.
You're rolling the attack.
Okay, the bandit's gonna roll the attack.
Yeah.
At advantage is a 19 for 3 points of slashing damage. Kind of just
Alright.
the last death throws driving into the back of the head. with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it safe to say that combat is over.
Yeah.
8:15. So we're going to go ahead and take our short rest. Our players are going to go ahead and heal up a little bit. Use some hit dice and things, regain some spell slots for wizards and all that. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break here, folks. We're going to use the bathroom, refresh drinks, all that good stuff. We'll see you back here with the second half of this story in about 5 to 10 minutes, so stay tuned.
Bro.
Welcome back, all of my nerdy, lovely friends. Thank you for hanging out during our short rest. For those of you joining, a lot of new people tonight. Definitely feel free to hop in the Discord, check out all the socials, give us follows, likes, subscribes, all that good stuff, because it makes a difference and it matters for us. Thank you. The party has successfully fended off an ambush of bandits here, pulling an old Uno reverse card, and managed to capture one of the captives here, the last survivor of this little bandit raid. And so we will pick up the story with what's about to happen next. So, you've got this guy disarmed, pinned by Regis, and a little bit bloodied and bruised. He doesn't seem to be putting up much of a fight anymore. What do you guys want to do?
I'm holding it.
I want to make him walk the plank.
You want to make him walk the plank?
Lizard, go get us a...
Yeah, great idea. I'll be right back.
He's gone.
Regis, if you don't mind, even though you're brutal, and I admit that, allow me to do this one.
Oh, no worries. I'm just going to right here.
Perfect. And I lean down, I grab the Bahamut symbol necklace, and I rip it from his neck. I pocket that. And I take my whip and I wrap it around his neck. And then I just kind of look at Regis and I'm like, you can let him go. He's not going anywhere.
I'm going to roll off like a turtle and then be like, all right, I'm going to get up. I'm just calm as a little new. And take a ridiculously long time standing up.
That's fine.
Zedra rolls him back over just to be that person.
Just keeps him rolling.
Fitting. Now, what the hell are you doing here?
What do you think?
I think you're about to be hung from a tree and sit here while I keep on healing you until you suffer an immense amount of pain and anguish until you actually decide to speak straight. Now, again, why are you here?
Make an intimidation check, advantage.
I don't. This isn't my charisma character.
It was at advantage.
You see, like, there's kind of like a twitch in the eye from like some of the blood and the gruesome, but he manages to keep his cool. And he looks you dead in the eye and says,
Whatever you think you can muster up, they'll do 10 times worse.
Richter, good boy. I'm not so much a fan. I do have this axe that works like. That helps.
The man's not afraid of death. I'll give him courage, and I'll
it
give
doesn't
him a
have to be
count
a
for that.
headsman. It doesn't have to just be a head axe. Like, what's axe or a knee?
what was the last bit of that, Richter?
I was just saying, he's not afraid of death, but and I'll give him credit for it. But torture is not something that I'm very fond of. All I want is the bloody truth. Now,
Can Zedra... Oh, never
no.
mind. Can
Now.
Zedra be deceptive and, like, lie to him?
Sure,
Be
what do you
like,
wanna
hey,
say?
you'll be fine.
Yeah. Kind of playing good cop.
Yeah. Be like, hey, you know, if you give us the information we need, we won't hurt you, I swear.
Make a
Grab it.
deception check. He kind of looks to Zedra, looks back, looks at the axe.
Right. None of this makes any sense. None of it's worth dying over. Heal me and I'll talk.
Fine. And I have one regular.
Wait, I brought the plank!
God.
I use it's a lay on hands to get going a little better.
No, what about the plank?
Just hold it. We don't need it just yet.
And then up.
Okay.
Over there on the table.
Listen, you said you asked why we're here. Answer's simple. Coin. Bandits gotta eat too.
Alright, where's your camp?
Point you in the right direction, but I ain't showing my face after this fucking disgrace of a defeat.
If you're leaving and you're safe, then you don't have to show your face now, will you? Directions.
He kind of winces as he points.
Through the forest, you're gonna see a big boulder like. Behind that, there's a trapdoor. Leads to our hideout. Fuck. It's where we keep the food, the gold, and the bodies. Fucking hell.
Bodies?
Right, yeah. Listen, in this fucking world, it's eat or be eaten, right? And Army says bandits got some uses too, so we steal the food, keep them fed. They don't kill us, and if we do a good job, they toss us some coin for the trouble. But them priestly folks says any accidental casualties of the raids, peasants, my own men, supposed to bring them the bodies back. And we don't ask questions because they pay extra.
And the symbol that you were wearing was from them, or your own personal?
In this fucking world, you really thinks the gods give a shit about people like you and me? Nah. I nabbed this off one of them fuckers, and them guards seem to like it, so keeps me out of trouble.
Wonderful. Zedra, since you were so nice to make a deal with him, would you like to help him out of town?
Oh, absolutely.
Wonderful.
But I set up the whole plank!
Fantastic, take out the food.
What?
Just shut up and do it. and I release the whip all around off of his neck. But when I do so, I do it in a way that it still hurts a little bit and leaves a moat on him.
Okay.
But I just wave it away and just let it go. Like, it'll go away in a little bit anyway. I apologize. I'm still trying to figure out how to use the celestial stars. Anyway, Zedra, he's all yours. Make sure he stays safe.
Oh, he's gonna be definitely safe. Come on, Scabs, let's go.
I'm going to go to the bathroom now. Yes, I'm just going to go behind the little.
Hey, Captain Guy, I need you to go look at that bonfire real quick. Just focus on the bonfire.
Are you all yelling him?
She's gonna mice him.
And men.
She's gonna mice him.
Are you trying to execute this man?
Yes. That was the whole plan. Zedra was gonna kill him from the start.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an attack at advantage, and if you do hit, it's an automatic crit.
Oh god, I hope this works.
Yeah. Yep. So go ahead and roll me another 4d6.
And yeah, because the moat explodes.
As he kind of like picks some stuff up, kind of like goes to reach for a sword, he kind of turns away, starting to walk back towards the campfire. And as he inhales, you can see he's about to just like release this sigh of relief, just right through the back of the head. Execution
I said
style.
no survivors. I meant it.
This whole job takes a lot longer when you're older, folks. I apologize.
The paladin taking a piss break. So
Rue, are you feeling all right? You took a pretty good beating there.
Rue nods. That'd be fine.
All right. Let's clean up this mess. We'll tell the farmers that this group is fine, but we've got a place to be going now.
Are we taking these bodies with us?
We might as well clean it up. Well, whatever there is to clean up, that is. Thanks to you, him, myself, and apparently a rat.
Rue will pick up one of these bodies.
Okay. As you guys are helping to clean up a little bit and take care of the bodies, and I guess this is kind of be where the short rest is, right? Tending to your wounds and all that. Yeah. You guys notice that for bandits, the armor these guys are wearing, the clothing they have, even like their teeth, their general health, these guys had some decent equipment, like good steel. The armor is all pretty uniform and in decent state of repair. The blades are all sharp. They seem healthy, nourished. It kind of paints a different image than they were maybe acting out when they were doing this raid. It kind of starts to make you question things as you start kind of piling them together and cleaning up and letting the townsfolk know that the immediate danger is gone.
Luke, is anything that's worth salvageable, like the weapons, as long as it doesn't have any like imprints or emblems or, loyalty symbols or crests or anything else like that, can we save those and actually just give them to the townsfolk as just
sure.
that sort of thing? And any gold that they have is going straight to these guys as well.
Okay.
Jimmy's going to school.
Jimmy's going to school.
Or was it Jimmy? I forgot.
It was Jimmy.
Whatever. He's getting educated.
Yeah, no, you guys redistribute the wealth and the equipment here, and the townsfolk are grateful.
Just don't want anything coming back to them, like with like symbols or crests or anything else like that.
No, you don't really see anything of any like maker's marks or anything that would be indicative of like some evil cult or something.
I don't understand. As a pirate, we never redistribute wealth. We take it all for ourselves.
We are not pirates, Lizard.
I am.
And you can choose what you do.
Sorry it's taking so long back here.
You're good. Everything's fine. I'll
No
talk to the
worries.
people.
Excellent. Very good. Very good.
Is there anything else you guys would like to do here in the hamlet before moving on?
Yes.
No.
Is there? Good. I can look at this. I'm done. Sorry.
Jesus Christ.
You have lay on hands for a reason. Lay on some hands.
Well, the disease.
The gods don't like when we do that.
Hey, let's go.
Sorry, I had to.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
All right.
We're having
Is
fun.
this anything like the crab situation?
No, I think this is just getting old. I think I'm just about done now.
In life or
Alrighty.
like
No, in the bathroom.
Heading out in the direction that the captain sent you, who's taking the lead on trying to find their hideout?
I'll be in the rear, seeing as it took so long for me to take this piss.
Rue will go.
Okay, so Rue is leading. Is anybody aiding?
I'll aid.
Okay, so Rue, you can go ahead and roll a survival check with advantage.
Okay.
Not bad. It takes you a couple of hours of wandering through the forest, but eventually you find this large boulder that sort of seems a little bit out of place, and you haven't seen any other boulders, and like, it's gotta be the one, right? And so you start looking around, and it's actually Zedra that happens to accidentally stumble over the handle of a trapdoor that would lead down into somewhere. Maybe a
Whoa.
bandit hideout? You're not sure.
Dad, it's not just a boulder.
Rue shifts the body that
Yeah.
she's carrying as they trip, and then reaches over and pulls the lever to open the latch.
Alright, there is a single ladder leading down, maybe about 25 feet or so.
She will drop the body and then
Okay.
follow after it.
Alrighty. Everybody else?
Jumping down the hole.
Zedra is gonna follow.
I'm at home. Let's go. Whee!
Alrighty. Dropping down the hole, I'm going to drag you guys to the next map. And I'm instantly going to put on some combat music.
Okay.
Alright.
You guys find yourself in a pretty poshly appointed underground hideout. There's a large table and a bar and beds and cots, and like it's kind of bougie down here. Kind of empty at the moment, but you see a handful of bandits sitting at the bar, one of them kind of serving drinks, one of the captains kind of sitting at the table, and a weird hooded figure, taller, leaner, sort of sitting in the corner. And I immediately need everyone to click on their token and roll initiative, because they are not welcoming.
Oh, hi there.
Rue's like, I brought someone home for you.
Have him back.
Wait, who's that?
Alright. Token.
Oh, that was the other captain.
Oh, it rolled twice. I should only be at 4.
Okay, I will fix that. Okay, so let's see. Rue is at a 4. Okay. We will get descending order. And once again, as you guys all kind of collectively drop down, they all kind of turn and look towards you. And Lizard, you have the initiative.
You're gonna love this.
If it ain't Fireball, it ain't worth it.
Oh, it's better than Fireball. I'm going to cast Nether's Mischief,
Okay.
which is a 20-foot circle,
Yep.
a 20-foot cube.
Mhm.
And you know this one?
I
I know. I don't know specifics, but there we go.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me the d4 for the mischievous effect.
I don't know which one I want.
Oh,
They're all
You have
dead.
to roll the yeah. There we
No,
go.
I know,
All right.
but-
So each creature in the cube must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or begin giggling until the start of your turn. Giggling creature is incapacitated and uses all of its movement to move in a random direction. So what's your spell save DC?
I
think it's a
13.
Okay. So bandits, I'm gonna roll 4 wisdom saving throws. Not super wise, these bandits. All 4 of them fail. And they are just gonna burst out laughing. As soon as you come in, they just all like heavy, hearty belly laughs. Start like spitting in their stools. They are all incapacitated.
Well, that's not very nice. He's an idiot, but he's not that funny.
I'm hilarious. Can't you tell? They all think I'm funny. You're the one that's just cranky all the time.
The joke
That's
you
my
told
turn.
them to make them laugh.
It just might be funny looking.
Or did you just do the clown thing and go?
No, I told them about how you like to lick boots.
I mean, that
Not
is
where
pretty.
that was going.
That is pretty funny.
Where that was going either.
That's my
All right.
turn.
All right, solid turn. You see this we'll call her a priestess, elven woman,
So she
deep
got
like
spiders
wine
in
red
her
eyes.
hair.
Ignore the spiders. She kind of looks over to the captain, kind of looks over to you, and goes, "Deal with them." She's gonna pass her turn. Regis, you're up.
Yeah, I'm on my way. These goobers are not necessary. Hello, sir and madam. We're here representing the common folk of the realm. I'm not doing it. I'm just
dashing up. Okay.
yeah, that's about all I got.
Okay.
I don't have
Alrighty.
range, so
All right, and Zedra, you're up.
Zedra is. Hold on, I want to see how far away that is. If I can use the bow for that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I can. All right. She's gonna take out her short bow and try to shoot an arrow at that fella there.
Okay.
There it is. Where
With
were these rolls
crit
earlier?
hell yeah.
for 14 points of damage.
And is this like a? Well, I highly doubt I can sneak over here to hide, but can I?
You might
Or
be
like
able
a
to hide
catcher.
behind, like, maybe like in here,
Oh,
maybe.
is it grass?
Yeah, it looks more
All
like
right,
a
yeah,
patch of
let's go
moss.
for it.
Yeah, maybe somewhere in there you might be able to hide.
All right, she's gonna try and wiggle in there.
All right, make a stealth check.
Let's see.
Okay, you feel pretty well hidden.
Nice. That's gonna be it for her.
Okay. Richter, you're up.
Let's see here. How long? Okay. Let's see here. We're gonna go ahead and just move up to this dude at the bench, star bar stool, and just murder the hell out of him.
Alright, he is
incapacitated.
incapacitated, which
So
means he can't take actions or reactions. So straight roll.
straight roll.
Yep.
18.
18 hits for 6.
And the longsword attack with advantage. Gonna miss.
10 is a miss.
So he has a mote of light on him.
Okay.
And that's gonna be it for me.
Sounds good. That's going to bring us to the captain. Sorry, let me moat him up there. The captain's going to kind of look and rush on in. Kind of jumping off of the bar stool here. He's going to make 2 slashes down at Regis. First one is going to be a 20 to hit. For 6 slashing. And the offhand is a 17. Okay.
As a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Immediately after an enemy attack, I expend 1 charge of simul, and attacker must succeed on a DC.
He fails and gets blinded.
That's what I thought.
Okay. Very cool.
Yes, very cool.
Mhm.
Ow, ooh, bother, that's lots. Ragamuffin? That's like 12.
All right. That was his entire turn, so that'll bring us to Rue.
Rue will move up and attack this guy at advantage.
Okay.
Wait, is her crimson right still up? That is the question.
How long does that last?
The bonus action while you were until you finish a short or long rest. Okay, so she's gonna bonus action re-up it.
Okay.
No, I don't want that. Why? I'll take the d4 damage in a moment here. I'm just gonna roll the attack.
Seven's gonna be a miss.
Okay, and she's going to take
A little bit damage.
4 damages. Okay.
Alrighty. Anything else for Rue?
No.
Okay. The bandits are all going to use their movement to roll in a completely random direction. I'm going to roll 48. So 3 is 1, 2, 3. He's going to go 30 feet here. 4 is going to go this direction. 6 is going to go...
Technically, that guy that just ran past would proc an attack of opportunity for me.
Yeah, if you'd like to.
I will attack of opportunity the one that doesn't have a moat.
Okay.
And I will attack the one that does.
Alright. 11 is a hit for 7.
Yep, and he has a moat.
He has a moat. And a 21 is a hit for 6 and a kill as that explodes too.
Okay. And the d4 from the right.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
Alright.
Alrighty, that's it for the bandits. That's going to bring us to Lizard to Wizard.
Okay, they are officially not laughing anymore.
Okay.
The joke wasn't actually that funny. Well,
In all fairness, a 6-second laugh is a pretty...
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm going to use... actually, how far away am I from this bad boy? 15? Perfect! I'm going to use Thunder Wave!
Will that hit?
I can move closer.
What?
Yeah, it's 15 feet.
50
Yeah.
feet. Oh.
Yeah, so he could kind of go... yeah, I think it's... Yeah. Yep. Okay, so he's going to make a con save.
Yep, 13.
He fails, and he just gets blasted back and explodes and dies.
I kept you safe, my good friend.
Close enough.
That's my turn.
Alrighty. That'll bring us to the priestess. Who's kind of just looking around. She's actually going to take a second. You see a little bit of wispy, kind of smoky black magic. She will heal herself and patch up that crit from...
I didn't really... Oh, Zedra fire. Huh?
Yeah. So she heals back up to max. That's her whole turn. Regis,
Yes.
you're up.
I am going to... Lex.
Okay.
Great weapon master, as always. Oh. Hit.
19's a hit.
23 damage.
Okay.
Might.
Miting him, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Dumping
So,
2d8 in there.
Yep. Roll 2.
Extra 8. All right. Pumping out the damage. Okay. That's going to bring us to Zedra, who is hidden.
Zedra is going to take.
We're good right now.
Zedra is going to take her short bow and try to take out this guy here.
Go for it. Add advantage with sneak attack. $21 will hit. And then go ahead and roll 2d6. Yep. That's a kill right there.
8.
All right. Nice
And-
shots.
I'm pretty sure that's Moss too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Can she try to hide back here?
Yeah, kind of like tucking around back behind these. They look like just barrels that are kind of like placed like a winery almost. Go ahead and roll a stealth check. Bonus action hide. Okay. Not the greatest hiding spot, but you kind of feel you broke line of sight anyway.
That's gonna be it for her.
Alrighty. Richter, you're up.
Don't fix what's not broken. Hi, Regis.
Is it?
Would you like some light?
Oh.
He's blinded still, yeah?
Till the end of his next turn.
Wonderful. Celestial whipping.
21 will hit for 5.
He is moted.
Okay.
And stabbing him with said sword on advantage. Again, missing, but that's okay. And that's it for me.
Alrighty. Bandit Campus gonna just flail about blindly at disadvantage. First attack at disadvantage is an 8. That's a miss. Second one is an 18 on Regis.
Well, let's. Yeah. That will hit. So full damage. I am going to earn another charge of the blind.
Okay, so it's 4 points of slashing, and he's gonna make what kind of save is it?
16
Constitution. No, he's still blind.
Nice.
Alrighty. So yeah, 4 points of damage on Regis. That's gonna bring us to Rue.
Rue's gonna move up there. She's going to make her attack at advantage as soon as I get my sheet. 18.
18 hits for 7 points, which pops the moat for 15 radiant. Ooh.
And an additional 4 lightning.
And that's a kill.
All right.
Nice. With the combined attack, yeah.
Yeah. And he's not close enough to his buddy right now to get there, so I guess he can stay lying dead. That was her 30 feet of movement. That was her action. She does not have a bonus action and turn.
Okay, this bandit is going to make a run for it. Hopping up and over the bar, he's going to dash 60 feet, getting like here. And Lizard, it's your turn.
Fantastic. I don't know why this man is running at me. It seems you're making a grave error, friend.
Underwave him back towards us.
No, that pulls him towards me.
So what? Experience.
I don't have things that hit hard.
Thunderwave hit pretty fucking hard.
That is true. So I'm gonna thunderwave him.
Okay, he's gonna make a con save. He fails and he just gets fucking obliterated and blasted.
Aha!
This has been this is so easy. I don't understand why this is not a challenge.
Anything else?
That's it.
All right. The priestess is gonna stand up. Useless oath. Well, at least they have one use. And she raises both hands, and you guys are gonna see all of the dead bodies turn into zombies.
Figured.
It's
What?
in your head, zombies. Is that...
Oh.
There you go. Sorry. Your choice is live, by the way.
Ooh, thank you, thank you. The zombies are gonna join the initiative. Okay. And that is her full turn. Regis, you're up.
My God, she's a necromancer. Gonna drink, very like Popeye the Sailor Man, drink a healing potion.
Okay.
7.
There you go.
Going to take the attack of opportunity and close the gap.
Okay. The zombie's going to reach out at you using the sword that the guy still had in his hand. I say zombie. These are fresh corpses.
Yeah, they're
That's a 21 to hit.
really fine.
Or 6 slashing.
Healing did. Got it. Okay. Anything else?
It's still your turn.
Bonus. Remember damage, son. Wing.
Okay.
Fences, baby.
18 hit.
9 plus smite.
29. Wow.
Any smiting.
Whew.
Go to the 9.
Okay. Ouch.
Not very good to take over the bodies of people, which it sounds like you've been doing this whole time. That's my turn.
Okay. Zedra, you're up.
Zedra's gonna skedaddle over here.
You will have to take an attack of opportunity from this zombie if you do that.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. So he's gonna swipe out at you. That's a 5 to hit, so you're clean.
And she is going to bonus action Draconic Cry.
Okay.
So I should be within that 10-foot range for this dude here to
all
get
attacks
advantage.
against the priestess are gonna have advantage. Right?
And she is going to take her short bow and try to plink the.
Okay. Go ahead and roll at
I forgot
advantage.
what she was already. I blanked.
She's like a priestess, some sort of elf.
Priestess, that was
Yeah.
the word.
23 will hit for 8, and go ahead and roll your 2d6 sneak attack. Oh, what? Wow. Okay. Whew. I might have to improvise here. This is not how I planned on this going. Okay. Massive damage. Good job.
For her.
Okay. That's going to bring us to Richter.
Oh, well then. I'm gonna do something kind of cool that our other friend Toho would love, but I'm not gonna do it just yet.
Can't flip.
The thing is,
votes in, everybody.
Get
Yeah,
them
get your
votes in.
votes in.
Viewer's choice. Get the Tealeaf points.
Because Haragons have a really cool unique called RabbitHop.
Mhm.
So as a bonus action, I can jump a number of feet equal to 5 times my proficiency, and it does not provoke attacks of opportunity or anything else like that.
Oh yeah.
And I can do that several times. I was considering just jumping over and moting the hell out of this priestess, but it seems like we've got it at the moment. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and just do some normal movement to the backside of this zombie. And I'm just going to go ahead and Celestial Whip this zombie first.
Okay. 23 will hit for 7.
And then we'll go ahead and do the... We'll keep on using the longsword.
Okay.
Nothing.
8 is actually a hit.
Oh, okay. So the moat
Yeah.
goes off and does radiant damage.
Yep. And that's a kill.
Cool.
Nice.
I'll use the rest of my movement to kind of get up onto this table and run along. Hold on, I can actually do that. Bam, 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 bam. And just get right there behind her, so she can't get away. That's gonna be it for me.
Very cool. That'll bring us to Rue.
Rue is going to move up and make her attack at advantage against the mage.
19 will hit for 6.
And then the D4 from the right.
The 4 is exactly what you needed. So Rue, how do you do this?
The zombie falls from Richter's slash, and she sees his guided run across the table, and the mage turns in just to follow and look at him, and Rue dashes up behind with the blade as she turns and just brings it across her throat.
You see her turn and look with a look of a morbid curiosity, which then fades to shock as
Lightning just crackles along the wound.
and the body just lifelessly flops. As she falls, all of the zombies also collapse. It seems that she was binding them to her will, and with her will being eliminated, there's no more threat. We are out of combat.
Hey, are you guys
I'm
good
kind of
up
glad
there?
we didn't get our necks. No, I said I don't know, but I'm kind of glad she didn't get to our necks.
Yes, this is true. That's
Yeah, are you guys good up there? I heard a lot of noises. I was dealing with the zombies back here.
good today, Mr.
There's some hints that there could be clues over by the bar. Go look over there for anything important.
Okay.
Rue's digging through this mage's stuff.
Alright, so Lizard's investigating the bar, Rue is investigating the priestess. What is everybody else doing?
They're just gonna go and check the bodies.
Okay.
I'm more interested in the priestess as well. Just
Can I-
looking for anything.
Cast guidance on myself before I do
Yeah,
this?
absolutely, yeah.
All
So
right.
we'll say okay. So we'll go one at a time then. Let's start with, just for narrative's sake, let's start with Rue and Richter searching the body. So Rue, you can roll investigation at advantage with guidance.
Okay. Investigation.
Natural
At
fucking 20.
advantage with guidance.
27. You two find everything there is to find. You find, interestingly enough, 2 very distinct holy symbols on this woman. One of them you recognize, that's very similar to the one that you had pocketed earlier, Richter. It's this sort of almost silvery, chrome-like metal in the shield with a draconic visage looking to the left. This is Bahamut once again. Specifically, this is has an insignia indicative of being a member of the Silver Hand, which is sort of like a royal army, or it's like an elite military force in Dios. The other one is a little bit more obscure, and just by looking at it without even making a check, you can tell this is certainly not an approved god of Dios. Both of you can roll a religion check for me.
Would my favorite enemy or knowledge of the undead help in any way,
This
shape,
would
or form?
absolutely give you advantage on that roll.
Cool.
Um, 20. It almost appears to be like some sort of deformed animal skull, or like a goat skull wrapped in some sort of like a pentagram type image. And you would recognize this, although seeing it kind of gives you the chills. This is the unholy symbol of the demon prince Orcus, the Prince of Undeath.
I'm familiar with this, but seeing it here is not pleasant.
Rue, you also find what appears to be a small letter that she kind of kept in an internal pocket. This letter details to you orders from a superior officer within the Silver Hand, authorizing the payment for whatever mongrel bandits she can scrounge up to keep the peasants at bay. Reading between the lines on this letter, which is very formal and militaristic, you understand that these bandits were being paid to basically steal food from the townsfolk and deliver as many bodies as possible without just slaughtering everyone. It's also heavily implied that townsfolk who could not pay the tithes to the army or to the bandits were seen as more useful dead. You understand that essentially the Silver Hand is using these bandits almost as like a patsy. They're distancing themselves from the brutality, but still getting a source of money, food, and bodies without slaughtering their own civilians directly.
Right.
It is very grim and very, very shocking. That is what you guys find. Lizard, go ahead and make me an investigation check behind the bar.
All right. Sorry, I've been drinking.
It's okay. Some actually decent bottles of booze, which you're just like, yep, that's in my pocket. You do find a small lockbox underneath the bar, which is currently locked. It seems to be pretty well made, like wrought iron. You don't have a key, you don't have a combination, but maybe someone could try to pick the lock or get it open somehow.
If only I had a key gun.
Zedra
I
has
know
lots
someone
of
who
people.
has one. I'm taking it with me. Can I carry it?
We have I was about to say we have a rogue. Plus, I also have lockpicking for
I have lock-picking tools.
I'm
All
a
right.
pirate.
Zedra, would you like to try to pick the lock?
Zedra's gonna clamber over that counter as fast as she can and pick that lock.
All right, go ahead and make me a thieves' tools check.
See.
It's gonna be the bottom left corner of your sheet. 25. There you go.
Pop that open like a soda can.
Absolutely. There's a load of gold in here.
Hell yeah!
Like God, more than bandits have any right having, and certainly more than they would have like scavenged or raided from peasants. Essentially, it's more evidence saying they were being paid directly by the Silver Hand army here. All right. And then Regis, what were you doing?
I was just.
Make me an investigation check as well.
But I've been rolling hot! Not hot enough.
All right.
Guidance that.
I would say Rue would have been busy
Yeah.
searching. This is all happening simultaneously.
Yep, that's fine.
With a cursory search, number one, the first realization is that, wow, this little hideout they have at some point was probably the basement of like a tavern or something, which there was no evidence above ground of, which kind of strikes you as curious. Which kind of makes you start to wonder, like, how old was this tavern if it has no evidence above ground, but the below ground is intact? Just kind of a curious, like, the old historian in you starts to kind of question things. The architecture style in here is certainly not modern by any means. This little basement bar is probably centuries old.
But they can't run these things. Yes, I find nothing of
Not really. Nothing that helps you to
What's to see here?
And then Zedra, besides picking the lock, were you doing anything specific?
She was looking at the bodies here to see if there's anything in the zombies, basically.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Okay.
19. Similar to the bodies that you had found back at the hamlet, well armed, well nourished. These bandits were being taken care of. They were living fairly comfortably. They were certainly not scavenging off the land. Their arms and armor were kept in pretty decent repair and condition. So again, further evidence leading to the fact that these were just scapegoats or patsies for the Silverhand army. They were doing the dirty work here.
Oh. Get it.
Well, we solved a small issue to a bigger problem. The letter that Rue and I found is concerning.
Yeah, but we made money!
We made a lot of
didn't.
money.
That money belongs.
Exactly.
Yeah, about that.
About
Lizard, you will put it back or I will remove your hand.
Now,
She starts walking towards him.
I also walked
No.
towards him.
now.
Rue, you saw what I did to the bandit captain? Or not Rue, sorry. Is it?
No, I was back here fighting the zombies.
I tackle.
Push him on his back.
Uh,
He's got a bad bladder. Put him on his back.
I'm gonna tackle him.
Make an athletics check, Wizard. You can make athletics or acrobatics to dodge.
20.
Coming in strong.
yeah.
Right behind the bar, just to the ground. Bottles everywhere, broken
Rue.
glass, ooze
If you could
everywhere.
grab the box while he's obviously distracted.
Rule close the chest and pick it up.
Yep. It's a little. It's heavy. There's a good amount of gold in here.
Listen,
Oh.
we're getting very well paid for this job. It's okay. I slap him.
I'm kind of walking towards the bar with my arms crossed, but that unholy symbol is kind of like being played with in my fingers, like flipping it around, and I'm just contemplating it. I walk over to the bar, grab an unbroken bottle of wine, and go, let's just get the hell out of here before someone makes us their enemy already. It's already bad enough Dios hates most of us.
To the boat, which I'm the captain of.
Alrighty, to expedite, you guys head back to the hamlet where you are graciously rewarded. So, you guys are all going to gain 1 Tealeaf point for the successful completion of the mission. Viewer's choice tonight went to Richter. Very well deserved.
Thank you, everybody.
Richter, hardly know her.
And DM's choice tonight is going to go... You guys all did really, really well. I'm going to give it to Rue. I really like the flavor of the Crimson Rite and the roleplay at the beginning, so I'm going to give that to Rue. So congrats there. Take the bonus Tealeaf point. You guys are all going to gain 575 experience.
Dang.
Yeah, ding.
Nice, nice.
I was 125.
550. 475
anybody-
we were getting, right?
575.
575.
Richter's
Is
level
any-
3 finally.
Nice. Anybody going up to adventure tier? I don't think so. Okay. And then between the gold that you found and the gold from the hamlet, you guys are all going to get 300 gold pieces each.
Rue is going to give her 300 gold to the hamlet.
Okay. They're very, very thankful. All right. There's also one additional bit of a reward. It was kept a secret, and thankfully the bandits did not find it. But the hamlet is going to offer and insist that you take this magically enchanted farming tool, which they have passed down from generation to generation, and they hope it serves you well. And this is the magic item that Amanda made.
Oh, I'm already gonna love it.
This is the Hoe of Destiny.
It didn't show it yet.
I thought it did. There you go.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
The Hoe of Destiny. It is a magical item, a magical weapon that deals 1d8 plus strength slashing damage, and it has the two-handed and reach properties. It is considered a simple weapon for the purposes of proficiencies. While wielding the Hoe of Destiny, you may cast Find the Path or Find Traps at will without expending a spell slot. May you always have bountiful fields and high life yields.
I love it.
Did she write that quote?
Yes.
That was incredible.
Yes. So, as we like to do here at the Tealeaf Adventure Company, let me put on some happier music. This is a celebration now. We're not dealing with gloomy death people. We're dealing with happy stuff here. All right. If you're interested in bidding on the Hoe of Destiny, y'all know the drill by this point. You roll /W space GM and then the number of Tealeaf points you would like to bid. Get your votes in now. Going once.
Sorry, what was the command again?
It is /W space GM and then the number of Tealeaf points that you would like to bid. Okay. All right. For the Hoe of Destiny, going once. Going twice. Going thrice. Alrighty, folks, we have a tie. So, in the event of a tie, we're going to have an open roll D100 roll off. So, I need Richter and Zedra to both roll me one D100.
Damn it. You gotta roll a D100, you said?
Yep. High number takes it.
Oh, man.
31.
Oh, damn it.
74. The Hoe of Destiny is going to go to Richter. Congratulations. You can take that and copy it onto your character sheet, or you can find it in the magic item dump.
Perfect.
Alrighty. With that, folks, we've got our Tealeaf points rewarded, we've got some experience, we've got some gold, we've got some magic items. That is all we have for this week. I hope everybody had fun. The energy tonight was amazing, guys. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. I love the shenanigans that beginner tier gets into, and some sinister findings on the Dio Civil War plot. This is starting to impact TAC a little bit more. Starting to feel a little more real. Alrighty, until next time, guys. Next Thursday we'll have some more D&D action. Until then, if you can't get enough, if you want to get involved, please check out the Discord. Check out the YouTube channel to catch up on previous past episodes. If you're a lore freak like me, check out our World Anvil site. Jay Milio's been doing an amazing job updating articles there, and we've got a lot of ones that Mr. WeeWoo had written in the past. A lot of really good stuff about the world of Torgothra, Kadoria, all that stuff, all there. It is the place to be for lore. We're gonna go ahead and raid out. Mr. WeeWoo, do you have a raid? Okay.
Rebel Badger.
I just saw them too. Let's give them all the TAC love. Tell them Dungeon Daddy says hi. Guys, have a wonderful weekend. Take great care of yourselves. Give yourself a treat because you deserve it. And now more than ever, I really want to drive this home. Be kind because it's free and it matters. Right now, we need kindness more than ever in this world. Thank you for hanging out with us and having a fun escape from the crazy world out there. We love you. We'll see you next time. Until then, toodles.
Doodles.